In this video, we are going to continue to look at the standards, but we're really going to focus on the impacts of computing that you see right here on your screen. We are going to be looking at the sub-concept areas of society, ethics, accessibility, and career paths. You'll note that there's 7 standards within this concept area that we're going to take a look at. If you're following along on the PDF, I am on page 18 of the PDF, which is the first link on the NYSED Computer Science and Digital Fluency website. Here, I just want to take a moment and explain how to read the standards. So if this is new to you, you understand what we're looking for here. So within the grade bands, you're going to see that the grade band is always going to be listed first on the standard identifier. And then each of the concept areas are going to be broken down using the initials. And then finally, you'll have the standard number. So for example, this one down here at the bottom of the page, the standard identifier was grades 4 through 6. CT would be computational thinking, and 3 would be the standard number. So let's take a look at the standards. We're going to start on page 20 of the PDF and really take a look at society. And you'll note that along the left-hand side here, you see society. The next one, you'll see ethics. So it's broken down by sub-concept areas down the left-hand side. The way to read the standards is that you have the grade bands at the top. You have the standard identifiers, then below inside each box, you'll have the standard, and then you will have the clarifying statement to help you out. Since this is for grade 7 and 8, I'm going to focus truly and only on this row as we go through the standards. So for grade 7 and 8, impacts of computing 1, the first one is compare and contrast trade-offs associated with computing technologies that affect individuals and society. And the sub-concept area is topics could be addressed, included, but are not limited to free speech, communication, and automation. So here we're really taking a look at what it means to use technology and how what we do affects certain outcomes. As we move on to the next one is evaluate the impact of laws or regulation on the development and use of computing technologies and digital information. The clarifying statement is the focus is on the potential consequences of laws related to computing technologies. So here we can take a look at the legislation that's happening around artificial intelligence, or laws like EdLaw 2D or FERPA or COPPA, and think about how these impact our students and impact our lives. As we move into ethics, the first one here for impacts of computing is identify and discuss issues of ethics surrounding computing technologies and current events. At this level, students may require teacher support to discuss the possible ethical implications of computing technologies. So here you could talk about the trade-offs of social media, or using location services, or the accessibility features that are on different things they use within the classroom. These could be really rich discussions, or persuasive essays, or even a compare and contrast type of essay. As we move into 7-8 IC4, we're talking about identifying and discussing issues related to the collection and use of public and private data. And the focus is on exploring the impacts of data collection, including biases in data collection, and its use by different stakeholders for a range of purposes. Here you can take a look at the privacy policies of the programs our students use both inside school and outside school, and take a look at what information they give away whenever they sign into one of those resources. The final one in ethics is right here. It's IC5, and this one says analyze potential sources of bias that could be introduced to complex computing systems and the potential impact of these biases on individuals. Here, the focus is on understanding different factors that introduce bias into artificial intelligence systems and how those biases affect people. So think about what we have available to us, say ChatGPT, and discuss the pros and cons and understand what information could be correct, or what sources of bias could be introduced when we use those complex systems. As we move into accessibility, we're talking about assess the accessibility of computing device or software application in terms of user needs. The focus is on testing and discussing the usability of accessibility of various technology tools, for example, games, apps, devices with teacher guidance. So here we can have our students take a look at a new website or a new game and talk about who could use it and who would struggle based on lack of accessibility features. Or you can even take a look and see what accessibility features are on something as simple as their Chromebook to be able to find that information out. Finally, within impacts of computing, we have our career paths. Here we're talking about exploring a range of computer science related paths. Here we're just really building awareness of the many different computer science related fields that are available to our students. So take a look at the impacts of computing standards. Make sure you're familiar with them because as we go into the next module where we really dive into seeing the activities, it'll be good for you to have a foundation as far as what they're asking within impacts of computing.